It is close to midnight. It is time for bed. I fold my glasses and place them on the bookshelf next to my chair. I close my book and toss it to the floor. Under the covers, I remove my socks with my feet and push them toward an assembly of others. I insert my earplugs and turn off the lamp. My father is the closest to me, but only in proximity. He's 1.7 miles away. If you want to visit him, you have to cross the railroad tracks twice, one time near the old mill and again after you enter the cemetery. A box bears his body, his stone our name. My mother is one state over, 70.1 miles away. I know she's in bed by now, but have no idea if she's sleeping. She has insomnia. Earlier, I know she struggled to keep her eyes open while watching TV. If I were visiting, she'd have taken out a bowl and spoon, a box of cereal, and a mug and placed them near the coffee maker so she wouldn't make too much noise in the morning before she left her 8 a.m. mass. My sister is over an hour away, 57 miles between us and 17.8 between her and our mother. She went to bed at 8:30 p.m., lying on her back after putting her hearing aids in their case. From the bathroom, her nightlight sheds its faint and dusty glow across her face. Once she falls asleep, her measured inhales and exhales will soon soften her room and everything in it. Now, I'm remembering the house where we last slept under the same roof. The house my parents had built in 1965, shortly after they were married. The house where Chris and I grew up. My parents met at the Statler Hilton in Hartford, Connecticut, where my father was the new apprentice chef and my mother worked as the office secretary. My smitten father lied and said he was writing a book and wanted to hire her to type it. He went to her hometown one Saturday night, supposedly to discuss this project, but really to woo her. He took her to the Italian restaurant frequented by the locals. The wooing worked. A year later, they married in her town, at her church, and began to build their life there. The house stood in the winding hills that stretched up from the area many townies used to call Down Street. It was a red Dutch colonial with a nice yard and a nice neighborhood, in a town that had gone from bustling to bedroom once most of the mills closed and the passenger train stopped running in the late 1940s. Soon after they moved in, my mother, at age 25, became the last of her 4 siblings to have children, giving birth to my sister Christine in 1965. 3 months later, my mother was pregnant with me. In 1966, I had the same due date as my sister, but arrived 4 days early. Chris and I are Irish twins. When I can't sleep, I map out each room in that red house as I remember it. Where the furniture was placed, which braided rug, handmade by my mother with wool from the town's textile mills, covered each floor. What items we kept where. Linens and towels at the top of the stairs, pencils in the chaotic junk drawer near the fridge, and in the dining room hutch, a wedding gift of barely used Lennox dishes. Chris and I had moved out by the mid-90s. In 2003, my parents downsized to a condo and sold the house. When it was on the market again in 2016, my mother asked me to accompany her to see how it had been remodeled. When we arrived, I went straight to the closet in my old bedroom. It had been Christine's bedroom first, and we liked to fill the space with pillows and cocoon ourselves in there. When we were 4 and 5, we smuggled in crayons and colored on part of the scratchy white wall. Our mother never caught us. In 2016, when I slid the closet door open, I could still decipher our first story. Faded lines and circles spelling out, "We are here."